Welcome back, everybody. Let's play Spongebob Squarepants, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. Ooh. Well, I didn't miss any episodes of this going up. Everything stayed on schedule for this game, but my computer crapped out last week, so its video card kind of decided it had too much of rendering videos and stopped working. So it stopped working in a rather violent manner. But here we are. I have a new computer. And, we installed Pinnacle and whatnot, and, well, here we are. So, all my stuff. For some reason, I spawned down there, which I shouldn't have. But, so, when we last left off, we had picked up 100 jellyfish here, which happens to be exactly what we need. For, oh, what is this guy's name? I don't remember now. Oh, Rusty Scupper or something like that. It's enough for him.
Like I told you before, it takes 100 jellyfish to win this competition.
So he said.
Feast your eyes on this stash, Rusty.
We have a
Rusty
winner!
Scupper.
Now you can choose one of the prizes inside the corral.
Yay, I get a thing. Well, one of one prize.
Oh, I've always wanted a Reefblower 2500. What a great prize!
Not that hungry.
It's the only one.
But this is what I want. The Reefblower that defines Reefblowers.
Okay. Go ahead and try it on to make sure it fits.
And new music. He shakes a little bit.
Stop! My poor snails!
Gee, sorry about that. I've never used one of those before.
From now on, use a changing tent to put on that reef blower, just to be safe. You can press the action button to roll something big with it, or to activate a fan. And some critters are actually afraid of the reef blower, like my poor old racing snails. How will I ever get them back into my corral?
Tears.
Don't worry, Rusty. I'll herd all your snails back into the corral for you using this.
Tears from the muscle-bound, tattoo-wearing old guy. Oh well, with a beard. But yes, so this is basically just saying how you showing you how to use the reef blower. Just hold square and push things. Wherever the attack button is, at least. Now, you might notice these snails will actually wake up, or they'll pop out of their shells after a little bit, and quite possibly get out of the corral if left alone. So you might want to run over to the center every now and then and give them a quick blow to make sure they don't run around, but things seem fine.
You did it, boy! All my snails are accounted for.
And he just runs away. But, yay. And now we need another... Because we still have stuff to do in this level, and because we do still need jellyfish for future events, I'm gonna, of course, switch to the fishing gear. Your floor will be used later on, though, don't worry. And 2 episodes from now, we're going to be spending a good deal of time using it. Until then, I believe I've done everything on Jellyfish Fields except for go through this particular area. There's one area left and it has quite a bit of stuff. So I don't actually have enough doubloons even to collect the treasure. I would skip that platform, but it has doubloons. So I'm recording in a new file format that I wasn't able to record. This thing here serves a purpose. I wasn't able to record with my old computer because it would drop frames. This one has a really nice processor and whatnot, and record stuff. I don't expect it to drop frames on record stuff, which would be nice. Hopefully I'll be able to record in HD with it later, down the road when I get an Elgato capture card. But I'm recording in a new capture format. I'm recording a new file format, and supposedly it has better quality, so we'll see. hopefully I'll still manage to not lose quality when actually rendering videos too. Because the way it was earlier, my videos captured at a pretty decent quality, but the rendering made it a little bit worse for wear. So this is a pretty big wide open area. I don't know why, since that just kind of means having to run around to pick up stuff, because there's just as much stuff, just dispersed over a larger area. Crabs, or something. You can probably blow them with a Reefblower to make them go around, but there's not much point to doing so. Jellyfish. Oh, come on! I keep barely touching the stingers. But there's still, how many levers to get? 4. So yeah, we have a good amount of stuff to do over here. And we still actually have quite a large number of doubloons to pick up too. This might actually end up being something of a long episode if I underestimated the amount of time that this would take. Although the next episode might end up being a tad short too, if I cut this line planned it to, so who knows. We'll see how things work out, I guess. Yay! Anyways. So I think that's everything we'll get over here for now. Well, let's get this stuff first. So if we head up over on top of this hill thing, structure, aside from doubloons, you will find... Whoa. Well, fun, you'll automatically open that, which is kind of weird. I want to pick this up. Is that how you get there? I don't remember. Oh, you get up here from... Thanks, Jellyfish. Thanks. You get there from the Jellyfish, but since that doesn't seem to be an option, let's just jump there from here. Anyways, like I was saying, if we hop on top of that structure, you'll find a pearl. Aside from what seems to be an abandoned picnic. It's kind of weird. Now, you're probably wondering what we do with this. It's kind of peculiar. So we're not told what to do with it at all. And if we come up here before I pick it up, I don't think we're told what to do either. So it doesn't seem very intuitive, but yeah. There's a treasure chest here. What might we do with it? Well, of course we want to open it. Come on. So if we put this pearl in the hole, we get another pearl! Yes! Because reasons. Anyways, we can take this pearl, and we might notice there's more smoke stuff over there next to another treasure chest. So if we can jump onto this jellyfish, which usually takes a few tries, we can put said pearl inside... What? Said pearl inside hole. Camera, cooperate, please. Usually it's not jumping onto the jellyfish, it's hard, it's jumping onto the next... Why? Jumping onto the next jellyfish. Just because it's very precise. You can just barely make the jump without being able to power jump or glide. This jump, though, you can totally make it, I'm just missing it. So there's one specific point at which you want to try and make the jump. It's right here, it seems. There we go. That usually seems to give me plenty of success. So, stick it in here, and nothing happens. Awesome. Well, there's another hole. So, turns out what we need to do is take both pearls. So, that was, if trying a few times to make that jump was enough not fun for you, then you might be disappointed. But otherwise, if you can make it on your first try, it's a lot easier to put up with. And yay, letter. You're now the Spongo. My name is Spongo. That's the thing I have to pick up. No! I think this game is simply awkward. There's not much more to say about it, I don't think. Anyways. So that's that, really. There's not really anything else to do in this area. So onwards we will progress. That's basically the main attraction of this area, I guess. Aside from, of course, the usual jellyfish and the balloons that we need. You need a very significant portion of the collectibles you'll encounter on your adventure. And like you saw with the 100 jellyfish thing that we need. The game never requires you to get like some certain game total of doubloons, I don't think. I still will pick them all up when I see them, since you need a pretty good portion of them to complete a level, usually at least 4/5. That portion seems to increase as the game goes on, which makes sense. It's the great white jellyfish, the albino jellyfish, the only albino jellyfish. Rumored by Spongebob to have once been captured in a photograph by Patrick and put inside his secret box. Others claim that as instead merely a picture of Spongebob at the Christmas party. Oh, it'll be nice going to another area soon enough and having less jellyfish to pick up. We're actually really close to getting enough doubloons. Jellyfish, come here. So on my main file of this game, I actually missed 2 jellyfish here. I don't know where they are. I missed them. I don't think I missed them in previous episodes, though, which will just leave this one area. I know I picked up the same number of jellyfish on my main file and on my LP file in every other area in this level, so I think I just missed one. Yay! Spongebob. I didn't see any left in this area either when I ran around it, so I'm not sure. Might have been in the previous area, though, that I screwed down to the pearls in. I should probably go pick that up right now. Jellyfish! I come to receive you! Oh. I don't know why, for some reason you can't swing your net if you're, if you've been falling for a certain period of time. Never understood why it's like that, or why you couldn't swing your net in midair after gliding, which is even more frustrating. I'll pick up these doubloons in a minute, but first I have these doubloons to tend to, as this leads somewhere somewhat important. There are pants there. I need jellyfish. That's not a jellyfish. Oh, I see that pink thing over there's a jellyfish. It's just a crab. But there are no doubloons or jellyfish to be found over there. If I do end up missing a jellyfish or 2 in this level, though, I'm not gonna go searching for it this episode. I'll look around for it later, I guess. Possibly just before I head off to the final area. Because it would be very boring for you guys to watch, I'm sure, and it would be kind of tedious for me to... This is a huge claim. It would be kind of tedious for me to just kind of look around on camera for things. Of course, I'd cut some stuff out, but still. I'd feel I'm just wasting hard drive space on the entire time. Fuck. I'm not looking forward to the next thing we're doing in this episode, though. In this very area. I'll say that. It has something to do with that giant white jellyfish. The great white jellyfish, some say. But, it took me a ton of tries on my main file. Oh, cool, I didn't miss any jellyfish. Awesome. No coming back here later, then. Only thing left to do, aside from finding the treasure, of course, ride the great white jellyfish. It's kind of the prime example of why I say this game has an issue with being tedious. aside from just collecting a ton of stuff. This is long, and if you screw it up, it's even less fun. Because I did this like 6 times. The first time I actually fell off the giant jellyfish, and had to restart. The other few times, though, I messed up, was because I was looking at my computer monitor because I was doing other things. I was installing Pinnacle Studio at the same time. I just now installed Pinnacle Studio in Audacity. Well, yeah, I installed Pinnacle Studio and then realized, crap, I need Audacity to actually record my audio too. Like how dare that is. And while I was looking at the monitor, I would end up, crap, missing one of those platforms. Oh, come on, don't get hurt. 1 second. There we go. You can recover, but it's rough. You can kind of trick the game, like I did for a moment there, into thinking that you're on top of the jellyfish by just kind of trying to jump on top of it and narrowly missing, without actually landing on it. Because you just need to be above the jellyfish. You don't need to actually be standing on it. But it can be kind of difficult to do that, and as you saw, I took quite a bit of damage doing it as well. It's not something I could afford to do again. Also, like going to first person here. Aside from like having a really ugly view of inside the jellyfish, you get a really cool like pan around the entire level, like, or this entire area at least. All right, so don't bother jumping onto the jellyfish on the other side here. It'll just loop around, and you can jump on that. A couple tips though: don't power jump here because they'll just leave you in the air longer than you need to be. It'll make it harder to land on a jellyfish. It's hard landing on the jellyfish because you don't have a shadow on top of him. And don't glide either, because that you move slower in the air while gliding. And you move slower than the jellyfish moves, so it's really. The camera tricked me right there. It looked like I was going to land on. Looked like I wasn't touching the platform yet. Yeah, great giant white jellyfish. I'm tempted to just kill myself to get the health back, but whatever. I was at the very end there too. But yeah, I see how I'm on the platform on top of him. The timer stops counting down just because I'm standing right above him. I started recording this at nearly midnight because things were crunched for time. Ever since this computer arrived in the package earlier today at like 4 o'clock, I've been doing stuff with it. Just sticking my old files on and whatnot, and reinstalling things. I'm still not done. I have all my old files and whatnot on it, but I still have to install all the programs. Oh well. So, yeah. I'm sure plenty of you are like skipping through this part of the video just because it's boring, but this is... You can't skip this when you're playing it. This is the true experience. It's... You can't really get the authentic experience of this without playing it, though. Because you need to experience the frustration of not being able to leave it alone and just sit there for one. You need to actually give input every now and then. You need to be paying attention so you don't screw up and have to redo the whole thing. You could probably jump and pick up that underwear and then jump back over here. Those pants, that is. Whatever. And if you screw it up, you have to do it again. Test your patience and whatnot in a very not fun way. Thanks, game. This forces you to try to perceive depth in a video game, which doesn't work. Usually the trick you use for platforming in a video game to tell where you are is your shadow, but you don't have a shadow here. That's one of the biggest issues I think with this jellyfish. It's not just how slow and tedious it is, but it's that it's so easy to fall off because you can't tell terribly easily if you're actually on top of it or not. That and the fact that I get at least halfway through every time that I fail. So it's just all the more frustrating that I have to sit through it again. You're probably wondering how long it is by this point. Like I said, I got pretty close to the end the first time. But, yes, this is longer than it needs to be. It's like 2 minutes or so. Once again, I think kind of like the Sandy, what's it called? Hamster wheel thing that Sandy has. I think that would be better if it was like 30 seconds instead of a full minute. I think this one would be better if it was something around 30 seconds instead of like 2 minutes. It feels at least like it's about 2 minutes at least. Pretty sure I've been spending a decent portion of the video writing this thing too. We still have the treasure to collect though, and a cutscene to watch. I'm doing all that stuff this episode, and there are ending things afterwards. If I fail again, I'll probably cut it out though. If I do not. If writing the Great White Jellyfish proves to be too much for me to handle. Oh, why did I jump across like that? So, I don't know why, but the volume of you doing things like jumping and crouching just varies depending on where you are. Like, you know, I've noticed it's been getting louder and louder these past few moments. And now it's silent. If I keep doing it, it'll fluctuate more. Like, it's pretty loud right now. And it just faded away. I don't understand this game. I don't understand how the sounds work in this game. Like, the same thing goes for jumping. It's just really quiet in some areas, or sometimes not even audible. For no discernible reason. And for power jumps, too. Alright, thankfully, though, that is the end of that. And your reward? It's there. Yay! Saturation to the maximum! Seriously, why does everything get so bright when you pick that up? Loading screen for the loading screen. I love how it seems to have been rendered in-game, too. The loading screen, the first one, is like a screenshot of an in-game render of Spongebob holding something, amusingly enough. Anyways. No need to explain this whole thing. You've seen Jellyfish, or you've seen these puzzles before. Oddly enough, we don't have any like people yelling this time, running around making noises. I don't know why.
Bring it around town.
And the usual painfully awkward animation. Alright, actually, unfortunately, it's going to take some time to get to this treasure. Because this one's just kind of further away. From where you start. So if you use the dowsing rod, it will end up pointing you to over here. If you use it again right here, you'll get a different reading. Come on, there we go. On to this part quickly. Largely just because I hate platforming in this area. As it turns out that the treasure is actually in this area. The actual puzzle doesn't give you a very good hint of where it is. Because it's really... there aren't really any identifying features to be found. Although you can skip some stuff like this. Just making things quicker. It's really satisfying to actually skip platforming in this game for some reason, I find. There's usually... you can't seem to break the platforming all that often in this game, I don't think. Usually the platforming's pretty... you can just barely make what you're supposed to do. Anyways, here it is. We can do without the obligatory small children today. These are just classes. They're kind of cracked, though. Oh well. Alright, cutscene and end of episode time. Because we're at the 26-minute mark. And I don't want to record much longer at all tonight. Because it's later than usual. And I want to have fun with my new computer. Being able to play flash games and whatnot without overheating.
SpongeBob! SpongeBob! Hello? Oh, where is he? I'm tired of being alone all the time.
Love this cutscene, though.
Prepare yourself, pudgy pink one, for you shall soon be part of my pirate crew.
Part of a pirate crew? Oh, goody, goody, goody! I won't be alone anymore.
Okay now. I'm just going to hypnotize you so we can...
What are we waiting for? Let's get going already.
So, just keep your eye on this Patty.
Listen, am I going to be part of your crew or not?
Patrick ain't taking none of that. Oh, pink one, being how the pink one is wanted to be. Anyways, see you guys next episode. Bye.